Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase, where last episode we, oh, that's worse than I remember when I last looked. Last episode we installed a new green circuit stack, and I now have it fully up and running. Just finished a new tech. We're up to 171 now, 68,000 science per, so they are starting to get a bit expensive. I guess the question on everyone's lips is, how is production going now? Well, there's 300,000 green circuits, which is certainly, or 320,000, which is certainly the sort of numbers we need. But if you notice, iron plates is way short of the consumption at the moment. So even though these two are sort of equalizing, and so it probably won't continue at this rate, that is obviously far more than we can sustain. And this one, it's one of the major ones. It needs all those green circuits. I have seen it at 10,000 fairly recently, but it's not there now, obviously. When yellow's at 6,000, normally the rest sort of start catching up, but if anything, they look like they're slowing down. Maybe that's not the case. Like they're crashing, maybe? I don't know. I do know that we can't sustain the iron plates at the moment, and there are some reasons for that. One that I'm going to suggest is that, well, at the moment this looks fine. I mean, we're not getting all of these guys working at the moment. Uh, 18,000, obviously filling up to 32,000. There actually looks like there's plenty of trains here. I was going to say, after my analysis earlier, that one of the reasons was we weren't getting enough trains through, but this one seems to be showing that up as a little bit incorrect here. Perhaps you can see that there are not enough trains, because there's at least two of these stacks that are not currently being served. How many trains do we actually have in this network here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19. Right, okay. Because the new stack has basically taken, well, 3 per each of its mini stacks, and there's 9 in total. So that would, well, sorry, 3 in total. So that would be 9 trains altogether. How many do we have here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, which seems rather short. Yeah, this guy just doesn't have anything down there at the moment. The other thing that we can do is revisit the number of loaders and unloaders we have here. It may be that we're simply not moving what we have fast enough when we have it. Of course, we're getting 20% more iron plates, so it's probably more important to have the extra inserter for an iron plate. But we could actually make it 3 each. That would work. I'm not sure if that's the way I want to go, though. How are those production numbers now? Over 5 seconds. Yeah, because 300 is just... This is falling fast, and this has come way down, probably because of a lack of iron, I'd be willing to suggest. How many are we missing here at the moment? Just the one. It is definitely hard to know what the issue is. What's going on in here? Iron, 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 iron. There is some copper as well. How many copper do we in fact have here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. And here, this was full before we started this new green stack. Good, that one's getting primed. I do sort of wonder whether I should have these exits sort of go a lot further, but they got to cross somewhere. Yeah. For the moment we've got 4 sitting here, and we have one location there and one at the top. Well, they're going to get filled in a moment, so maybe that's not really that critical, but this is empty. So this guy's not moving at all. Why would that be? I'm not actually sure what the answer is, guys. Let's have a look at this new stack. Well, it's got nothing. How many? So I set up 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, which is the same as the other one. But clearly we need copper. I mean, we don't have anything sitting in the stackers, so yeah, we're starved of resources in our new stack, and that's definitely not ideal. What sort of numbers are we doing now? We are falling or climbing to about 4,500 a minute. Yeah, it's hard, it is very hard to say. And this guy looks like he's running constantly, but this one is not, so clearly there is room for greater speed. What is the problem? The resources are getting ripped out as fast as they're getting done. Why don't I do this a slightly different way? Instead of just looking and commenting asininely, why don't I come over here and add up the number of furnaces in one of these stacks. It is what, 84. 84. Okay, 84. So 84 divided by 6, there's 14 in each row. Well, 84 is probably the key number anyway. 84 unsped up, it's 3.5 seconds to process ore, I think. So times 60 divided by 3.5. So they could, in theory, they do 1440 ore per minute, but it's times 13.4. So that's 19,300 basically ore per minute, and you can add 20% to that for, so it's about 24,000 per minute plates that is getting created. 24,000. Now, how? So we've got 16 stack inserters. times, say, 27 ore per second times 60. I think that is the problem. Basically, that's 25,000. They can move 25,000 ore per minute, which is only just more than gets produced. And there's times of quiet. So I think basically I'm going to have to go back on the number of the inserters that I'm using on these things and add probably one of each to every stack. So what's that? That's 6 by 2 by 8 by 5. 6 by 2 by 8 by 5. 6 by 2 by 8 by 5. No. 6 by 2 by 8 by 5. 480 additional stack inserters. Well, it's better than recreating these things completely and a new set of mines and so on. So I guess that is what we're going to have to do. Alright. How many do I have on board? I've got like 200. Well, we can probably do a couple of stacks per. What I guess I will do then is we probably do need some additional trains. Let's get 12 of those, 24 of these. And I will just check how many trains we've got. Like this one obviously could do with more, even though it's got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I'll create a new one for this, so it goes up to 22, which means that I probably want to copy that. Let's go. Get rid of that and send you on your way. So that's one extra, so we've now got 22 in that stack. How many do we have in this stack? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19. 19. So in theory I should probably add 3 to it, but I guess what I will do is instead damn, it didn't work. That did. Let's get rid of that one. Iron plate pick up 3, so 1. I'll add at least 2 to it, I guess. Two, and now iron 5. I think this one was severely under 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I'll add 3 to that one. I'll accept that I want yeah, that's what I want. just get rid of that. Oh, excuse me. So that's 1, and we'll get rid of those requests and just make 2 more. And I won't worry about copper just at the moment because iron seems to be the bigger deal. Oh, you can go, that's fine too. And the final one, notice the path, I really needed it when we started slowing down. Whoops. You can just go as well. Right, so those are the extra trains. So what I'm going to do now is head up to Iron Smelter 1, where we will see about adding in some extra inserters. Something I'm loath to do because it will probably make this even worse, but maybe in some ways it will make it better. What are we doing now for numbers? Well, we're at 6,000, so that at least is a positive. This has settled back to 300. This is actually slightly more than that. 220, 220. We're making 6,000 blue, that's not too bad. I can't help thinking that we do actually need to make this change though. There are still things that we can do for speeding up the UPS, so even if it takes a new revision to oil, which is kind of not exactly what I'd like to do, but we're only doing the top and bottom here, or side by side approach, as opposed to the surround approach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we could probably get 5 by, I mean, what are we getting in terms of speed there? We're getting a 5.55. If we had another 6, it'd be another 300%. We'd be getting about 8.55, I think, in terms of speed, which is quite significant actually in terms of these things. Not so much in terms of these, and we'd lose our direct insert, but maybe that would be alright. I'll have to think about that. Alright, let's come over here. See what we can do. Basically, what I want to do is have so that would be going into a requester chest. Are these even capped? No, they're not. And you need a blue, and that would be like so. And I could make a little blueprint of that. This one's slightly messed up, so that's going to have to go. the location of this and this is slightly messed up. So that's the general idea of what we're trying to achieve. I don't know if I'm doing anything other than sacrificing UPS, to be honest, but I guess we will see soon enough. Alright. Maybe I should just do a copy of all of that. Any problem with this is I don't really want to rip out what's already there and stamp down the replacement, so we're still going to have to fix up these errors manually. Okay. Yep. We should be able to do the rest. There we go. Train out. So, I mean, we got down to the number we got down to, partly on the basis of calculating that I don't actually need these to produce by the minute, but I guess I could have screwed that up. I probably did screw it up. It looks like every single one of those was in the wrong spot. Fix that. Let's get some more tech happening. I think these techs are happening a little bit faster. Right, up here. Maybe I should just use a red. Like so. And then that can go in like so. Ooh. What's that done to our numbers, if anything? Nothing, really. May have switched the problem to copper. But in any event, what are we doing in science? We are doing 6,000 science, so that's a thing. That's why we're finishing these techs a little bit faster. Although if you're only doing it at 50%, why not just do 3,000 science a minute at 60? That's a bit of a thing as well. I don't know. Let's have a quick look at this, see where trains at over 4, that's pretty awful. Construction managers also a little high. An entity update, of course. And I like the fact we're getting 6 here, but if this is only doing 3, it's not going to last. That's at 6. If yellow is at 6, presumably these other ones will catch up if they can. I don't know. I think it's just going to need some more monitoring. I don't know if I want to duplicate this thing that I've just done here everywhere. It could potentially cause more problems than it solves. Oh, good grief. What is this guy doing here? Doing a go around the block kind of thing. We have some of these things to get rid of. In fact, we have coal 2. This one needs speeding up and got rid of. I guess I'm going to do some of that right now. And I will just keep monitoring this for a while, see if we stay at 6,000, see if this gets any better. It probably is a little bit better if we're not in map mode. But obviously that's pretty terrible. Just before we installed these extra green circuits, we were getting close to 40. So, how are we going? Yeah, 6,000. Yellows, 6,000. That's all good. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. Nice short one tonight. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye for now.